Welcome to the Upside Down Kingdom.
Hey, coming to you from the pew for the sermon preview. Looking forward to seeing you guys all this Sunday here with Morgan Rich. Morgan, what series are we going through?
We're going through the Sermon on the Mount.
That's right, we're actually wrapping that up, 20 weeks. Seems like just yesterday Nick was reciting that whole sermon for us, and now we're wrapping up this idea of the upside down kingdom. So Morgan, what's something that you could say that you learned or you have been, I guess, challenged as we've gone through this series?
Yeah, so the Sermon on the Mount just teaches you how to live like Jesus and how to live a godly and pure way. So I've definitely been refined through that, just how to walk like Jesus would.
I totally agree with that whole piece of refinement. I think that was one thing every Sunday, whether Nick was preaching or someone else was preaching, it was just, man, I'm like, oh, there's something else I can be refined in. And I think if we really break down the Sermon on the Mount, we see that Jesus isn't just saying, hey, just listen to what I'm saying, but he's also calling us to action.
Yeah.
And for us to have action, there has to be a changed heart. And with that changed heart and receptive heart, there is that piece of refinement.
Yeah.
So this week we are wrapping it up, like we said before, verses 24 through 29 in chapter 7. And we have this illustration of builders building a house, one on the rock and one on the sand. So what can you tell me a little bit about those two different pieces of material, I guess?
Yeah, so living on the sand, you are just listening to the word and you're not acting on it. And then living on the rock, you're acting and living like Jesus would. So, yeah.
Exactly. I mean, I think it seems so simple to be like, hey, why wouldn't you build your house on a rock? It's a firm foundation. You know that you're going to be anchored strongly. But there's so many times that we see people just say, hey, the sand's quicker, the sand's easier. And Nick alluded to this a little bit earlier in the sermon series of the wide and narrow path. You know, building that house on the rock is definitely going to be harder. There's going to be more work that has to be put in, more time. And obviously just putting up a house on the sand is quick, it's easy, and everyone else is doing it. But I think really what we're going to dig into this Sunday is the reason behind we build on this firm foundation and really what it means to be solidified and grounded in our spiritual walk.
Yeah.
So Morgan, what would you say would be something that we can take away from the Sermon on the Mount series, or something that I guess a word of encouragement would work as well for us as we move forward?
Yeah, so going back to the word refined, we have been refined through this weekly of just like different things that Jesus has talked about and how we should live. So obviously we just learned this in 20 weeks, but throughout the rest of our lives, carry that out and just reminders of how to live like God.
I would agree, and that would be my challenge for you this week as we're wrapping up the Sermon on the Mount series. Take this time to really check your own heart, check where you are at spiritually, and make sure you are aligned and solidified on Jesus, because he is that firm foundation. And that's the end goal, is to meet Jesus, right? So looking forward to seeing you guys this Sunday. Come with open hearts, ready to learn, and we can't wait to see you guys. See ya.
In his upside down kingdom, the king laid down his crown for the cross. He chose to give his life for the lost and the broken souls. He's coming to take us home.